Welcome everyone. Today I have a new personal thoughts video that I want to share with you guys. As you guys might have known, in the past few days I have been testing Last Epoch for about 30 hours. And as I was testing the game, I really was thinking whether I want to play the game upon full release and what I'll do with the game. So I wanted to make this video to provide you guys with some of my personal thoughts and also opinions on why you should try Last Epoch. And of course, as we go through this video, I want to make it more informative and also exciting with the things I find very, very creative and also very, very interesting, including the trading factions and also the solo finding of loots and also benefits of doing those. So they have a great system that will be released upon launch. And I really want to go through some of those exciting features with you guys in this video. Now what I'll try to do is, I'll try to break this video into three parts. The first part are the things I'm excited about the game. The second part, I would really want to go through this short video with you guys because this actually summarizes the new feature that I think most action RPGs like Diablo 4, like Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2 can really look into and also make action RPG great in terms of this particular concept. And finally, I want to go into things in more details with the notes and some screenshots over here if you guys are interested in the game and want to know more about the game. So let's get into the video. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Last Epoch will be coming out on the 21st of February, so less than 2 weeks from the release of this video. And I was mentioned by several of you Diablo players and also Diablo fans that we should try Last Epoch, or I should try the game. So after looking to the game, I have had some feedbacks. One of the feedbacks from our community is saying the visual is not as great as Diablo 4 or compared to other games. And it is understandable, especially when most of the videos I've been showing you guys have been on a quite low setting with a lower setting because I didn't want the screen to lag as I'm recording. And yes, the game will be coming with more visual improvements, and this was mentioned in several parts of the patch notes that will be coming with the full release of the game. So this is a nice direction forward, and I'm really happy about their concept and also, ideas with improving the game in terms of the end game and also providing more class balance. And having two additional classes, the Falconer and also Warlock, coming to the game upon full release makes things more interesting as I can try additional more builds and also more choices. And this will bring us to, I think, at least 13 to 15 classes together for the availability of the build. But the biggest highlight for me for the game is actually the trading platform, the system, and the ability to trade with your friends if you're playing together and also to share different items. So what does this really mean? Well, I think the best way to explain this will be showing you guys a video released by the developers, and let's watch this one together. I'll try to make the volume correctly, and let's have a look at this particular video.
First, we're very excited to release this innovative new way for players to participate in the deep and rewarding item hunt that Last Epoch offers in the way that they like to play. By joining the Merchants Guild, you will be able to buy, sell, and trade items through the bustling bazaar. Or, if you choose to join the Circle of Fortune, you'll set your sights to the stars and be able to bolster your item acquisition through prophecies and increased item drop rates.
So let me just pause here for a moment. So I want to kind of explain the video as I kind of understood myself. It's going to explain that, the factions are the ways and playstyles players like to enjoy. And if you join a particular faction, whether you want to trade with players, which allows you to have pretty much an auction house to trade with a different currency, allows you to trade all the items that is available in the game. Or if you don't prefer trading with players, you can actually get a boost of drop rate, including dropping multiple items, dropping super rare items, dropping duplicated items, and dropping things that you wanted, like unique items, and also, other items, set items, to have a greater chance. And this also have a chance of dropping a whole set of items instead of just dropping one item, which is actually quite exciting if you pick different combinations and also different factions. So let's keep watching.
This system is the result of many years of debating what the ideal trade system should look like in a loot-based action RPG, tons of collaboration with our amazing community, and many sleepless nights and game design meetings with our game design team. We found through extensive polling that players of action RPGs are split nearly down the middle when it comes to those who want their experience to heavily involve trade and an economy, and those who want to focus on finding items themselves or with close friends. We believe that through the item faction system, we will deliver a tailored and exciting path to hunt for top-tier items for both camps of players. In Last Epoch 1.0, you will join a faction once you reach the great mercantile city of Majelka. When you select to join the Merchants Guild or the Circle of Fortune, a new interface will become available that will let you access details about your current status with your faction, known as Reputation, how much favor you currently have, and what benefits your faction is currently providing you. Let's talk about these briefly. Reputation within a faction is a core part of how the faction is going to be benefiting you on your journey.
So I'm going to pause here a little bit. We can skip a little bit here if you guys are not that interested in the details. So having the ability to enjoy the best of both worlds, and later the video is going to explain that you're not limited to one faction. You're trying to earn reputation as you go through the game, as you kill monsters. By earning reputation, you'll be able to benefit whatever the trading factions are providing to you, to your character, and this is account bonded. So this means if you level up to rank 4 on one character, then the character will also continue with rank 4 on a particular faction. And you can change this at any time. Ideally, if you get both to rank 10, you could be getting more rewards, and then when you want to sell items, you can go back to selling items and also able to trade any of the items you wanted. So yeah, I think I better let you guys watch the whole video, then I try to explain a bit more.
Reputation within a faction is a core part of how the faction is going to be benefiting you on your journey. As a representative of that faction, you will continue to increase your reputation by killing enemies and completing quests. For the Merchant Guild, this includes participating in the Bazaar and completing trades at your current level. And for the Circle of Fortune, this means completing prophecies that will divine certain items after fulfilling the foretold conditions. Through earning reputation, you will ascend ranks within your faction, earning you unique benefits and options. Once you have earned reputation within a faction, that reputation stays with your account in that game mode. This means if you rank up a cycle character, all of your other cycle characters will have that rank when they join the same faction and contribute to that faction's reputation gain. You may switch factions and earn and maintain reputation with them with no penalty to your earned reputation with the other. There are currently 10 ranks to achieve in each faction, with the later ranks requiring quite a bit of commitment in order to obtain. So, while you have the freedom to change your faction at any time, you will want to pick a faction and stick with it to reach the most powerful benefits that they have to offer. It is important to note that you can only be a member of one faction at any given time per character, and items earned with the benefits from those factions will require that you are aligned with them in order to use them. So most players will want to stick to a faction that rewards their preferred playstyle. Next, let's talk about favor. Favor is the currency you will earn while slaying enemies or completing quests for each of the factions. Favor is separate from reputation. This currency can be used to either complete trades with the Merchants Guild or acquire new prophecies from the Circle of Fortune. And if you find yourself with excess favor, you can always spin the wheel with the Faction Gambler. Item gifting to party members has been in the game for a while now, and it isn't going anywhere. However, it's important to note that once you have joined a faction, items will start being tagged with the faction you were part of.
I'm going to pause a little bit here. Now, one of the highlights for me was item gifting in a game, and we're just going to briefly talk about before the video plays. And for me, the ability to give item to friends who you have been playing, so item that drops while you're playing with a friend, you can be trading with them, and this is item gifting. And over here, they try to introduce a new system which allows you to trade items with your friends, who was not in the party when item dropped. And this is a really cool idea. So that's going to be the highlight on the next part of this video.
This means that while questing, if you are a member of the Merchants Guild and an item drops for you, that item will still be shareable with anyone who is in the party, like always, and be available to be sold, provided that you meet the rank requirements in the Merchants Guild Bazaar. Just be sure that the person you are trading it to also meets the same faction requirements. The last use case we wanted to solve for are friends who choose to play together and just want their own little trade group, which brings us to resonances, which are a new type of item that can be found when you are questing with your friends or party members. This item can be used to enable an item to be gifted specifically to the player that you have a resonance with, even if they weren't there when the item dropped. We know a lot of times players will play with their friends, and then later you'll be soloing a piece of content and the perfect item drops for your buddy. Well, thanks to the new resonance system, you will be able to give them that perfect item the next time you see them. As those of you who love loot-based action RPGs know, trade and economy is a very complex and divisive issue to solve for when catering to a large player base and different playstyles. while keeping the item acquisition hunt feeling great. We can't wait to get your feedback on the system that we've come up with alongside you, and we thank you for all of your continued input and passion for helping make Last Epoch the next great action RPG.
It's actually pretty good, right? So hopefully I didn't take too long to explain everything. But yes, this particular feature allows players to pick how you want to play the game, how you want to be trading, or how you want to just get additional loot, which we'll talk about very soon on the final part. So this is one of the biggest highlights for me, and if you guys haven't seen this particular concept, I'll also provide you this video should you want to revisit this particular, interesting highlight from the developers from Last Epoch. And as I was considering whether I want to play the game, this was actually the make and break factor. And yes, in case you guys are wondering, I'm still waiting for the Diablo 4 Garnet. We'll still have more build for Diablo 4 Garnet, but the delay for the Garnet, everything just makes me want to try something while I'm waiting. And yes, I'll be excited and I'll be getting into Path of Exile 2 very soon once we have more information, once the date for the close beta comes close by. And those are the two things I'm looking forward. Now, briefly coming over to the highlight of that video, in case you guys want to know more things into more details. The Merchant Guide and also the Circle of Fortune will have 10 ranks. Having more ranks on the Merchant Guide allows you to trade more in-game items. I'm thinking at this moment, if I can get the Merchant Guide to rank 8, it will be really good. And once you get to rank 10, you can trade everything that's available. And by doing so, you can be earning a lot of currencies, you can be getting more items, and this can be a great way to fast forward the game. But there's also the temptation of the Circle of Fortune. And if you guys can see behind me, you can see that from rank 1 to rank 10, this can be very, very rewarding into getting more rare affixes, more item drops, more set items, and also more extreme rare items as duplicates. So I'm actually not sure. See, getting more tier 7 affixes as common as twice as common can be something that's amazing for the end game to get some better items. So in this sense, if you guys do want to have a look, I'll provide you guys with the shared document that I have made a short summary of what is interesting to me. And you can have a look at my notes and the things that is available over here. And one of the reasons I didn't want to go through everything that I kind of summarized for myself is I didn't want to make the video too long. So hopefully this gives you guys my perspective of the game and what excites me and the reason I'm going to play the game upon release. And in the meantime, I will still be making guides for Diablo 4, but I'll also be focusing on some of the beginner guides, some of the tips, and also learning, content that's related to us Last Epoch. Because I'll be learning alongside with you guys. And if you guys are interested in play, make sure you let me know in the comments below. And maybe we can join as friends and we can play together, to trade items together, and also to look into cool builds together upon release of the game.